Hello everyone, welcome back to Cook Create Read. My name is Terry and today I am going to share with you all the books that I am getting rid of after my recent rearranging of my books and expanding my book storage into my daughter's bedroom. There is another video on that whole transformation which I will link for you, but in this video I'm just going to show you the 95 books that I am getting rid of, as I am 90% sure that I will not want to read these books in the future. My reading tastes have changed. I've been collecting books for a really long time. I'm 54 years old, so I've had many years to collect books. I have a lot of unread books. I tend not to keep books once I've read them. I like to get rid of them unless I really love them, in which case they will go onto my favourite shelf. But these are the books that I just feel like I am not interested in reading anymore. Sorry, the light's a bit bad in here because the sun is streaming in the window. So let's get started. There's a lot of books to go through. Okay, starting at the top here we have, oh, this light is a bit bad actually. We have got Milk and Honey by Faye Kellerman. So this is one of those little mass market paperbacks. It's got some horrible stain on the cover. I got this secondhand. And I just I think this is quite dated, and I just don't think I'm ever going to get around to reading it. It's also part of a series. I think it's like the 5th book in the series. I don't have books 1 to 4, and I just don't think I'm interested in reading those anymore. I have quite a couple of books by Jojo Moyes in here. I used to really enjoy her books, but I just think I've kind of outgrown them. This one's humongous and I just can't see myself ever reading it. This is The 1+1 by Jojo Moyes. Shades of Grey by Jasper Fforde. So this is like a sci-fi, I think, about how people are kind of assigned different colours according to their class. I've had it for a really long time and I've just never got around to reading it, and I don't think I ever will. It's probably quite dated now, so I just thought I would get rid of that one. This is The Other Mother by Michel Bussy. This is sorry, excuse my French, my French accent there. This is translated from the French by Sam Taylor. This is a mystery thriller type book. It's got pretty average reviews on Goodreads, and I've got so many thriller books, I just don't think I'm going to get around to that one. This is Patsy by Nicole Dennis Benn. I got about halfway through this book and it was just such a slog, and I don't really know why, but just not for me, so I've DNF'd that and getting rid of that one. Graham Norton Holding. This book came in a, what do you call it? A bookish advent calendar. I didn't really like any of the books that came in that calendar. Wouldn't recommend it. I did keep this one and I did give it a go, but not for me. I like Graham Norton, but not a fan of his writing. The Bay at Midnight by Diane Chamberlain. I used to read quite a few of her books back in the day, but I think I've outgrown them and just not interested in reading this one. Dawn French Because of You. Again, this is another book that I think I've outgrown. Although it was longlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2021. But not for me, that one. Wool by Hugh Howey. This is part of a series, and there was a TV series made called Silo. We did watch the first season of that and quite enjoyed it, and we'll probably watch the second season, but I don't feel any need to read this big chunky book now, so that can go. Another one by Jojo Moyes, The Ship of Brides. Would You Cross the World for Love? It's just really not my cup of tea. Girl is a Half-Formed Thing by Emma McBride. This is kind of stream of consciousness, I think, and I don't really get on very well with those. I did consider listening to this one on audio, and I might do that at some point in the future, but for now this one is not for me. That one did win the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2014. This is Come Thou Tortoise by Jessica Grant. Now this book was recommended by April. I think she's called April overall now, and I think it's a Christmassy book actually. And when she spoke about it, she raved about it, and it sounded really good, so I picked it up. But it's enormous, and I've had it for a few years now and just haven't read it, so I think I'm just going to let that one go. Moving on to the next pile, we have Waiting by Harjin. This one's it's got quite low ratings as well on Goodreads. Not that that's really an indicator of how much I'll enjoy a book, but I just don't think I am going to, this one's just not calling to me at the moment. Lucky Bunny by Jill Dawson. No idea what this one's about. Crime is a man's business, so they say, not according to Queenie Dove. Yeah, don't really know what it's about, but it's just not coming to me. These two, there's another one by the same author, David Baldacci. My husband Dave bought me one of these, not this one. He bought me the other one for Christmas. But they are just enormous. I don't generally like books by men, although crime thrillers, yes, I do like them. But I think this is part of a series, and if they're all this size, there's no way I'm going to ever get through the series, and I just don't fancy this one. Crushed by Kate Hamer. We have somehow ended up with 2 copies of this. My daughter's got a copy, and so I am getting rid of my one. I can read hers if I want to. This is the one that my husband bought me, The Last Mile. Now, he bought me this because it's based on death row, which I do like books about people on death row, but this one is about an American football player, and that does not excite me, and the size of it does not excite me. The fact that it's part of a series does not excite me, a humongous series, so I'm going to let that one go. This is The Winter Queen by Boris Akunin. This is it translated? Oh lordy, look at that. There's a massive character list there, so that's yowzers. Yeah, I think this is just definitely not one for me. The cover does not excite me, and 99p from Oxfam, no. Cyberstorm by Matthew Mather. I mean, come on, what is this? What even is this? This is obviously some kind of sci-fi. The cyber world comes crashing down. Mike Mitchell finds himself in a desperate struggle to keep his family alive when a monster snowstorm hits New York on Christmas Eve. Oh. An increasingly bizarre string of disasters start appearing on the world's news networks, when in an instant New York is cut off from the world, becoming a wintry tomb and nothing is what it seems. Is this like that film? Oh, what's that film? Where New York is covered in snow and ice and big snowstorm. Do I want to read this? I might have another look at that. Maybe I'll keep that one. Put that over there. A Matter of Days by Amber Kaiser. This is a YA. I don't read YA, but this is a apocalyptic, like survival story, I think. Will you be a survivor or a statistic? There's no doubt about it. I would be a statistic within a matter of days, if not hours. But I don't read YA. I do like dystopian fiction, but just that one's not for me. The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. This was a cover by. It's a stonker. It's historical fiction, pretty end papers. 1785. Yeah, just not for me. Hilary Mantel, The Mirror and the Light. This is enormous, and I have a paperback copy. I've got paperback copies of Wolf Hall and the one that's in between. Something about bodies. Bring Up the Bodies. And I've got the paperback of The Mirror and the Light, so I definitely do not need this taking up 16 spaces on my shelf. This is The Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This is the illustrated version, which I have to say the illustrations in here are stunning. Like it is gorgeous. Like, you know, the artwork is amazing. But this is supposedly a very depressing book about, although it's probably ultimately uplifting, but it's about a boy who loses his mum and how he deals with the grief of that. And I just can't deal with that at the moment. This is Come Join Our Disease by Sam Byers. I do love this cover, and it's always handy to have some of these covers for reading challenges that have got lots of different elements on them. But this book is another one that's got some pretty dire ratings on Goodreads. And I just don't really like the sound of it anymore. That's not very interesting, is it? Yeah, just no longer interested in that. This is Susan Hill, The Various Haunts of Men. This is another chunky one. I did try to read this once, and it just wasn't for me. I didn't like the writing style, so I'm getting rid of that one. Another Jojo Moyes, Last Letter from Your Lover. This cover does not appeal to me in the slightest. Not all about the cover, but this one is. And yeah, just not into this type of book anymore. Again, Rachel Joyce, The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. I think this one is just too twee for me. It just doesn't appeal to me. Touching and charming, made me laugh and sob. I am not into uplifting books, and yeah, just don't want to read that one. Careless by Kirsty Capes, or is it Careless? I'm not sure. Careless, I think it is. This, I think, is a bit of a YA book. I think it's about a girl in foster care, and yeah, just not my bag at the moment. Paper Butterflies by Lisa Heathfield is another YA book that I'm just not into. And The Mirror World of Melody Black, I think, is also YA by Gavin Extence. And yeah, I'm just really not into YA. I'm well past. I just find them a bit infuriating, to be honest. Trust Me by T.M. Logan. I've got this on Kindle for 99p, so I can get rid of this chunky one. The Poison Tree by Erin Kelly. This I just don't fancy for some reason. I don't know why. I think so. There's a straight A student and then a bohemian, impossibly glamorous aspiring actress, and I think that dynamic just doesn't gel with me, and I'm just not interested. How to Be an American Housewife by Margaret Dillaway. So this is about a Japanese woman, I believe, who marries an American soldier, and I would just much rather read. So this is from, I believe it's from the Japanese woman's point of view, and I would just much rather read a book by a Japanese author about a Japanese woman's lived experience. So for that reason, that one is going. The Last Night by Andrea Bartz. I read this author's other book, something about the reading retreat, I think it's called, and I didn't really love it. And this one, oh, hold on a minute. What's all this? Oh, is this a 911 call? Yeah, it is. Oh, goodness me. Am I going to have to keep this? Okay, I might keep this one. I'm going to revisit this one. Tightly paced and skillfully plotted. A remarkable date. Oh, this is her debut. It's set in New York. Okay, yeah, I'm going to revisit that one. Might keep it. Lisa Jewell, Breaking the Dark. I do like Lisa Jewell's books. This is a Jessica Jones Marvel crime novel, and that really puts me off. I didn't know it at the time when I bought it. It really puts me off, and I now am not interested in reading it at all. So that one is going. Here's another chunky, Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts. Now, on paper, which there is a lot of it on this, I should enjoy this book. It's written by a man. It starts off with him in prison. I think he escapes from prison. He travels around all different countries, going in and out of prison, I believe. But I've had it on my shelf for literally like at least 10 years. Somebody's written in it. That was not me. And I haven't read it in all that time. And am I ever going to? If I do want to read it, I'll get it on Kindle, because who can hold this up to read it? It's too much like exercise. This is Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan. I've read The Christmas Bookshop. Oh look, I've started this and got to page 33. But obviously it wasn't grabbing me. I'm not a big Christmas book fan. I don't, like, occasionally I'll read one or two maybe around Christmas time, and I read the first one of this, which I did enjoy, but you know, not really my bag. I'm not really into romancy schmaltz. The Magic Strings of Frankie Presto by Mitch Albom. Is that Chili coming to see me? Might be. If you can hear anything, that is the floorboards. It is not my bodily functions. This is The Magic Strings of Frankie Presto. I don't really know what this one's about. I Met the Five People You Meet in Heaven by this author. 9 years old. I'm not a big fan of kids. I mean, you know, I love real life children, but yeah, just not really I'm not going to read that one. This is 8 Detectives by Alex Pavesi. This just sounds a 1930s maths professor. No, thank you. Amy Espeth, Sufficient Grace. I love this cover. I think this is a very quiet, kind of introspective, slow book. probably quite sort of focused on nature and setting, and it's a story of lost innocence and the unfailing bond between two young women, devastating, beautiful, ultimately transcendent. It just sounds like it might be a bit too deep for me. My little shallow brain can't handle that. The Neighbour Upstairs by Catherine Croft. This looks like it just doesn't look like a thriller that's going to appeal to me. Not a lot of dialogue in here, and I haven't heard anyone talk about it. Not that that's an indication of anything, but yeah, just not for me. Nope. What is this? Midwinter Sacrifice by Mons Kallentoft. So I do like a Scandinavian thriller. This translated from the Swedish. Oh, do you know what? I might keep this one as well. This is bad. I should not have done this. I should have just got rid of them. One of the best realised female heroines. Is that a man or a woman author? Early one morning in the coldest winter in Swedish memory, police detective Malin Fors is called away from the warm flat she shares with her teenage daughter. The naked body of a man has been found hanging from a tree in the deserted frozen plain outside the towns of Linköping. From the outset, Malin is confronted with a host of unanswered questions. Who is the dead man? How did he end up in a tree? And where did the strange wounds on his body come from? Okay, yeah, I'm going to keep that one. Oops, it's fallen on the floor. The Executioner, The Chronicles of a Victorian Hangman by Stuart P. Evans. Oh dear, this is embarrassing, but several years ago I decided, on some sort of rush of blood to the head, that I was going to write a book, and it was going to be about a Victorian woman who commits a murder and ends up in a Victorian prison. I did not write that book. I cannot write. I don't know what possessed me to even... I don't know why the thoughts even entered my brain that I could write a book. But during that whim of a phase, I bought a load of books for research. And this was one of them. And of course, never got around to reading it. And, I don't think I'm ever going to get to read it. So we can go. Here we have If on a Winter's Night a Traveller by Italo Calvino. I think, first of all, hate this font, whatever font this is. Please, publishers, stop using it. This is a book with pretty long paragraphs, which I'm not a fan of, and not a lot of dialogue, and that's just no, thank you. Melmoth by Sarah Perry. I read The Essex Serpent by her, and I read her first book, which is called After Me Comes the Flood, which I did not enjoy. I thought there was a load of build-up and then it just fizzled out and was a pathetic ending. Essex Serpent I did quite enjoy. Didn't love it though, and this one doesn't appeal to me, so it can go. The Wicked Cometh was absolutely a cover buy. This is by Laura Carlin, a novel of darkest London. This is set in Victorian London in 1831, which I do like. It does have maps, and I love a map. This is the River Thames. But no, I'm not going to keep this one. I have had it for years and I just haven't picked it up. So, what am I doing? Jodie Picoult, Mad Honey, and Jennifer Finney Boylan. Nice pretty bees on the cover. I actually think this was lent to me by somebody at work, and I probably should give that one back. I'm not going to read it. What's it about? Abusive marriage. Beekeeping business. Oh my god, beekeeping business. I love Oh god, I really want to keep bees. If I didn't live in the middle of Essex with a tiny postage stamp garden, I would have... Are they called apiaries? I think they're called apiaries. I would keep bees. Oh, I'm going to have to keep this. Okay, I'm going to keep that one and either read it or give it back to the person who lent it to me. The Woman Next Door by Cass Green. This is a thriller type, one of those. Had me gripped from the first page to the last. Ruth Ware. No, I can't keep any more. No. The best psychological thriller I've read all year? Are you joking me? Who are you, Susie Greaves, editor of Psychology's magazine? Alright, keep it. The Girl in the Photograph by Kate Riordan. This is a Victorian ghost story. Not into ghosts particularly, Yeah, just not for me, that one. James Long, Fernie, A Love Affair Like No Other. I've had this one again for literally like 20 years probably. When was it published? First published 1998, 2008, 2028. I haven't had it for, no. Yeah, 20 years. I was going to say 40. That's not right. 20 years probably. And if I haven't read it in 20 years, am I ever going to read it? The answer is no. Empty Words by Mario Navarro. That was hard to say. I'm sorry. Translated by Annie McDermott. This is another one that is super long paragraphs, I believe. Yeah. Super long paragraphs. No speech marks. Although it is diary entries, but no. I'm not keeping it. The Goddess Queen by B. Fitzgerald. This is another YA. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. I bought this in the... Oh, hello. What is that? Oh, I didn't know that was under there. Wow. That is pretty. Okay. This is a young adult novel and I'm not keeping it, but I think these are the ones I set aside that I might sell on Vinted. So I'll probably try and sell that one on Vinted. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I've got 3, I think. The Radleys by Matt Haig and The Humans by Matt Haig. I tried to read one of these, I can't remember which one, and I just can't get on with his writing style for some reason. And I used to follow him on Twitter when Twitter was a thing, which I've now got rid of, and don't go on X either. But he said something once that really irritated me and put me off him, so no thank you. The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. This is a chonker of a book. It's enormous. I did read, what's it called? The 10,000, oh, it says there, the 10,000 Doors for January. I did read that and I actually really did enjoy that. It's a Portal novel. I do love a Portal book. But this one, it's about witches, which I do enjoy. I like a book about a witch. Hello, Jilly. Hello, Jilly. You want to say hello? Hello, Jilly. He's a good girl. Hey? He's a good girl. Yes. Hello. But this, it's not appealing to me, and it's, huge. So I think I'm going to get rid of that one, sell it on Vinted. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmers. When I say I sell it on Vinted, it's going to be like super cheap. So if you're interested, I will try and link my Vinted below. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmers. Lots of hype, put me off. Did try and read it, but wasn't for me. Don't want to watch the TV programme. Just no. Lunar Abundance. Went through a hippy-dippy phase of loving the moon and trying to live by the phases of the moon and blah, blah, blah. Which, fine. I'm not against all that. But I don't need the book anymore. I'll just admire the moon from afar. Middlesex by Geoffrey Eugenides. I absolutely hate this binding. And I do want to read this book, but I will... It's biggie. It's a biggie. So I'll probably try and get it on... what's it called? Kindle. June by Frank Herbert, sci-fi. Not a huge sci-fi person, and this one's a stonker. I've seen the film, which I think was enough for me. I don't need to be in the Junosphere anymore. The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. This one, just not my bag anymore. I think just a bit too twee for me. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? The novel which became Blade Runner. Do I want to keep this? I don't know. Is this like a... I mean, I know that it is. Oh, God, look, it's written in that horrible font. It is a sci-fi classic. Maybe I should keep this one. Oh, it's not too thick, is it? All right, might keep that one. Nicky Gerard, The Winter House. This is one half of the... Are they husband and wife duo? Nicky French. This one just, I like the Nicky French books. This just doesn't appeal. And yeah, getting rid. The Menopause Reset by Dr. Mindy Peltz. So I have read this and I have got what I need from it. Helpful. I watch her on YouTube sometimes and that can go to someone who needs it. The Devil You Know, Encounters in Forensic Psychiatry. So I am fascinated by forensic psychiatry and anything forensic-y. This is by Dr. Gwen Adshead. How'd you say that? And Eileen Horn. And I got about halfway through this book and I just wasn't gripped, so I can go. Fast Like a Girl by Dr. Minty Peltz. This book did help me to lose a lot of weight, so I am very grateful for that, although I probably need to get back on it, to be honest. But I've learnt what I need and it can go. The Land in Winter by Andrew Miller. This was one of the... Last year I had that whim where I was going to read all the shortlisted Booker Prize list winner, Booker Prize shortlist. I didn't read them all. I read most of them though. This was one of my favourites of the ones that I did read. I've tabbed lots of pages, but I'm never going to read it again, and someone else will enjoy that. Booth by Karen Joy Fowler. I think this is about the assassination of one of the American presidents. It's about the family of the assassin, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what that bullet hole is telling me. And I'm just not really interested in that, so you can go. Oh, this is going to be a controversial one. Sally Rooney, Intermezzo. I have read either Normal People or Conversations with Friends. I can't remember which one it is. It's the one with the two the people who go to university, and one's got lots of money and the other one hasn't. That one. And I just didn't really love it. I really, really dislike like communication errors. The miscommunication trope really irritates me. I just want people to speak to each other and be honest with each other and tell them what you're feeling. So, and it just really annoyed me. This one, Natasha, my daughter's read this and I think she enjoyed it, but I just don't think it's for me, and I'm not a fan of her writing style, and it's got long paragraphs and she doesn't use speech marks, which does not bother me at all. That's not a reason to dislike her writing, but I'm just not a fan of her writing style, so that one can go. Here we have Patrick. No, we don't. We have Perfume by Patrick Suskind. This one, I do actually want to read this. I need to hurry up because my battery's going. Can I plug this in? Bear with. I might be able to plug this in and speak at the same time. Oh, yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay. So this is Perfume by Patrick Suskind. I do want to read this, although it has got long paragraphs. Again, this is a font that I don't like. I think that's a middle-aged thing, you know. Oh, I don't know if I can get it to focus properly. I don't know. It's just a weird font. And it's got very long paragraphs, and I just can't. I'm sorry. Ring by Koji Suzuki. Doomed to die, one way out, 1 week to find it. Oh, God, that actually sounds quite good. I might need to research this one to see if I want to keep it. Don't like the little tiny mess market paperback, but the ultra cool cutting edge thriller from Japan's new literary star, Koji Suzuki. Oh, I might keep that one. My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologies by Frederick Backman. I just don't think Frederick Backman is for me. I think he's a bit too... I think this one in particular is a bit too twee for me. I might give some of its others a try. I don't know. People are probably going to want to shoot me down for this, but yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. Denise Kiernan, The Last Castle, the epic story of love, loss, and American royalty in the nation's largest home. I have no idea why I bought this book. I am literally zero interest in a massive house in America. I don't know. I mean, apparently this woman can write. The Girls of Atomic City might be more appealing to me, but this one is not for me. Now We Shall Be Entirely Free by Andrew Miller. This is a book that my mum found on the tube. It was one of those, you know, people leave their book on the tube for someone else to pick up. She picked it up because she thought I would enjoy it, which was very kind of her. I sadly don't think it is for me, and I feel really bad getting rid of it because my mum is no longer with us, but I know that she would not want me to keep crap that I don't want, so I'm going to let that one go. The Stepford Wives by R11. This is another book that I put on my Shorty September TBR every single year and never read it, so I'm just going to let it go. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I have read this and I don't need to read it again, so you can go. A Kiss Before Dying by R11. These were from the works in the 3 for £5, so that tells you how long ago it was, because they are now 3 for £7.50. It's been that much for a few years now, I think. But again, I'm never going to get around to reading this. Oh, hello. This is 800 Grapes by Laura Dave, who I think is the author of The Last Time I Saw Him, or whatever. The Last Thing He Told Me, whatever that series of books are. But I bought this because we were going on a road trip to America. We were going to be stopping in Napa Valley at one point, and I like to be immersive in my reading, and I thought, let me read a book about the vineyards of California. So I got this, and when it arrived, I saw the cover and I was just like, oh my God, that is not the book for me, which is terrible. I am sure it's a perfectly fine novel, but it's not for me. And my holiday has been and gone. It was fantastic. And I don't think I missed not reading this book, and I will not read it now. Jose Saramago, Blindness. Now, the premise of this book really fascinates me. It's about a pandemic where people go blind. It sounds really interesting, but look at the length of these paragraphs. Again, I'm really sorry. I don't know what it says about me, but like these paragraphs go on for pages and pages, and I just can't. Jose Saramago, please learn where the return key is. Thank you. The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. Not a huge fan of her. I read The Housemaid, which I enjoyed, and I do want to watch the film, but her books are 99p on Kindle all the time, and I just thought I'd get rid of this one and buy it on Kindle if I need to. The Tentacle by Rita Indiana. This is another one that's like just long paragraphs. I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. Why do people do it? I don't understand. Anyway, translated by Aki Obejas. That's definitely not how you say that. No idea what this is about. Plucked from her life on the streets of... I mustn't read this because I want to keep it. You see, this is the thing. I read about a book. I absolutely love it. And because I buy most of my books online, which is terrible, I should actually go outside of the house and buy a book. But I read the blurb and I think, oh yeah, that sounds amazing. And then it comes and it's one long paragraph from start to finish, and I can't. Post-apocalyptic Santo Domingo, which sounds fascinating. But no. The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook. 400 years separate them, one book binds them. I think this is a book within a book, and I cannot. The Savage Detectives by Robert Bolaño. Oh, my dear mummy bought me this book. Look at the size of it. And again, I read about it as being... just look. I read about it as being one of the first detective novels. Am I making that up? I don't know. But look at that. That is one whole paragraph, and there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 pages. That's one paragraph. What on earth? Case Study by Graham McCrae Burnett. There was a fair old bit of hype about this. Very funny and engrossing. Probably not my bag. Oh, oops, I'll pick that up afterwards. The Invention of Nature, The Adventures of Alexander von Humboldt, The Lost Hero of Science by Andrea Wolf. This sounds interesting, but again, it's quite textbooky, and I just need my non-fiction to be a bit more narrative, and this one's going. Oh, Skippy Dies by Paul Murray. You see, this is another one that I keep umming and ahhing over, but what puts me off is hilarious. I'm not, as I've said multiple times, not a fan of a funny book. A blast of a book, big, generous, heartfelt, funny and sad, but I have heard it's really good. But no, I'm going to be strong. No. This is the second one in that other series, Wool. This is Shift, Book 2, and no. The List of Suspicious Things by Jenny Godfrey. I feel a bit bad about this one. Some of my old school friends who I've known since high school, like the first year of high school, so we were 12 or 13, we still chat. I still see two of them, but two of them live in England and one of them lives in New Zealand. And we decided to kind of try and do not necessarily a buddy read, but a read along. We'll all read the same book and then talk about it. Book club, maybe, if that's what you want to call it. This was the book we chose. I got about halfway through it. I think I might have chosen it even, I'm not sure. I got about halfway through it and it just wasn't grabbing me. It's precocious children and I'm not a fan, so I DNF'd it terribly. Sorry, girls. But there you go. Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reid. This is the dark fairy tale brought to perfection. I don't like fairy tale retellings. I don't know which one this is. I think it's a fairy tale retelling. but it's, yeah, I don't read a lot of fantasy stuff, although it's got a snake on the cover, which is useful for book challenges. Bright Young Woman by Jessica Knoll. This is the one that is supposedly loosely based around some kind of Ted Bundy character. I did start reading it and I couldn't get into it, so that's a DNF and a goodbye. Things in Jars by Jess Kidd. This is another Victorian. It's 1863 Victorian. I'm not sure. Yes, look at me. This unusual Victorian detective tale is hugely satisfying and beautifully written. A strange puzzle has reached Bridie Devine, the finest female detective of her age. To recover a stolen child, Bridie must enter the dark world of medical curiosities. What? Hello. Okay, keeping you. This is bad news. Women Eating by Claire Coda. I started reading this and couldn't get into it, so that's a DNF. Rosemary's Baby. I've seen the film. I don't need to read the book. The Binding by Bridget Collins. This is another Victorian era, I believe. But I think this is a bit more... evokes the atmosphere of Sarah Waters, which... Oh, Sarah Waters, not Sarah Perry. Oh my God. I might need to relook at that one. Oops. The Oyster Catchers by Susan Fletcher. I read Eve Green and didn't love it, didn't hate it. But this one I've had for years. You can tell how old this book is. £1.49 in Oxfam. Amy lies in a coma. Her older sister Moira comes to her in the evening, sits beside her in a green ward hospital room. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, okay, keeping you for now. And then Plain Song by Kent Roof. I accidentally picked up a second copy of this when I was in LA in Lost Books in LA, which is a stunning bookshop. Absolutely loved that bookshop. I could have spent hours in there. But I picked up this same book in a different edition. So I'm keeping that one because of the memories and getting rid of this one. So that's it. 95 minus however many I've decided to keep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm keeping 7. I'm going to have to find space for them on my shelf. Hello, I wasn't going to come on camera for this video, but... So those are the 95 minus 7 books that are leaving my shelves. Some of them will be on Vinted. I will link my Vinted below if you're interested in the UK. I think it's only in the UK. You can have a look. They will be super cheap. I won't, I'm not going to be trying to make a profit on them or anything. But if you're interested, I will link that below. Otherwise, they will be going to charity. A couple, maybe. Natasha might want a few of them. I don't know. She'll watch this video and tell me if she wants any. Otherwise, yeah, that will be going to the charity shop. So if I'm getting rid of your favourite book, let me know. And maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. Depends which one it is. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I haven't offended you with me getting rid of your favourite book. Thank you for watching. Give me a like if you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.